Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Learn JavaScript with Foundry VTT, but this is kind of an errata video, uh, based off of the previous two where we were working on our initiative macro. And I actually found out after playing with it and figuring out what was going wrong was I actually did get it to work properly. So there's no real things for you to actually, no challenges or whatever. So as you can see, we're still Foundry Virtual Tabletop version 10 build 291, which is what we've been in this whole time. But I did note some of the errors I had. So if we go to initiative advantage down here and go look at our thing, and I don't remember if I had all the rest of it in here. So some of the things that I had, I think I did in here. I actually had these all saying result here as well as here, and it's supposed to be, or no, I had results here and not result, and this is actually supposed to be dot result. So I had to fix that, so result not results. And then the other one, this one I don't know exactly how it works out the way it does, but for some reason it does. Because so when we're doing the combat thing, it's combats with the array after that. Not 100% sure why it was that way, and I think when I initially wrote this macro, I had that same question because I found different chunks of code and stuff and kind of pieced it together to make it. So here, for whatever reason, if any of you guys know, I would love to know. If there's someone out there that actually knows JavaScript in Foundry and stuff like that and the inner workings, I'd really love to know why this one's combats. Because if we go look at that, I think we have our combat in here, so we should be good. Yes. So if we go look at that, I'm going to shrink this down just a little. It's not that format, and I'm not 100% sure why. So if we come into here and we say game dot, well, let's just do game. Let's just do game and we'll dig in from there. So if we go down to game, we see we have combats right here, but then we just jump right into the array. Now, I'm not sure if it's because it has this entries thing that it basically repeats that or what. I'd really like to know, and I will try and find out more. But for whatever reason, we do combats a second time, and whoops, that's not this one. That is this one right here. Actually, combats is right here. I did not notice that before. So actually, maybe that's why. So combats. I was thinking it was just this one. So I wasn't even looking down there. All right, so that makes sense then. So we do combats 0, and that's where we get all our stuff. So that was the second thing that, wasn't necessarily an error because what we had was actually okay. Can I hit Control Z? That did not, well, that got all of it back. Let's just do that then. And I think that was the only, oh, there was something down here. I also was using, in one of these spots down here, I had my roles, or my role, not my roles. So there were little typos here and there that was causing the issue. But now that we've actually gone over those, I would like to show you how this actually works. And it actually works even better than I remember, because even if you don't have initiative already rolled, it will actually change it. So if we click on Acra, for example, probably should have moved my initiative advantage. Maybe we'll go over this and that'll turn this into a full episode. I don't know. So even though Acra has initiative rolled already, because we have them selected, it will still do it. And you'll see Acra is now 5.13. And if we go look, the roll was a 1 and a 4. So plus the 1 plus the .13. Yeah, .13. So it does work as it should. Wow, talk about low rolls. There we go. That's a good one. That was a nat 20 off of a 2, and that will move him up to 2113. So it did. I actually ended up getting it to work, and it doesn't matter. I probably didn't want to do that, but it doesn't matter if I say end combat here, or get rid of this combat, and then I roll a new combat here, or set up a new one, and everyone has the dice. If I'm holding Acra and I run that macro, it will actually replace the die for me. So if we come over here, do that, then go back here, you'll actually see that when I run it, it will actually replace Acra's with Acra's initiative with advantage. So it's actually working exactly like I wanted. So I don't remember what all I got into with talking about how it works, but let's just kind of go down. We definitely went into this part quite a bit, the my combats, combats. And that might be something. If I understand it right, part of the reason, let's go and close that. I don't know what was that error? Uncut promise, chat content not defined. Yeah, I'm not sure what that one was. I'll probably have to look that one up. But if we go look at that again, GA game, and hit enter. So as I understand it, these things that are brighter up here, when we're looking into a thing such as combats here, these ones that are brighter up here, if I understand correctly, these are things that are kind of not solidified. They're kind of in promise, where these are actual things that are on, say, the token in this case, or the combat tracker itself. So these, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, any of these items, if it's kind of an array or something like that, I don't think it follows that same rule. But these right here, usually these lighter colored or darker colored ones are the ones that actually have the values that we're trying to go for. And which is probably part of the reason it wasn't working when I had just one combat, is because that stuff is, I don't know how to say it other than like in promise or something along those lines. So anyway, there's that. So I'm just trying to remember where we got to, because I know we didn't talk about everything. We didn't talk about all this down here and stuff. I think we did talk about this, where this is a thing that is going to try and find my token.name, which would be Acra in this case, and it's going to look in our active my combat combatants. So it's going to look in here in my combat combatants, and it's going to try and match one of them up with the name value here. And then it will save whatever it gets out here as far as the actual data or the object. And that's why we can actually then use that to update it and stuff like that. Then we have our player ID here being whatever our actual ID of the player is. So this will be the token that is being saved from our combatants. So if we go look in our combatants here, or combats, and then look at our array here, we will see that we have, let's see, where is it? Player. So we're getting the one that we want, which will be probably in data, be my guess. Combatants right here. So it's automatically going to find in here, and it's going to find the one that matches our case, which will be not that one, not that one. So of course it's the last one. So it'd be this one. And so when we're saying player.playerID, player is actually getting us all the way to our number 2 here, and then the player ID will be this guy right here, and that's what it's actually using to do the update, because only one token will have this unique ID to it. I don't know if I can see the rest. There we go. So that is assigning that to player ID. Then here we are setting the initiative for that player ID. So here we're saying, okay, now we're going to go ahead and set that initiative, which will actually go and change it. We're setting this as what the player ID is, because these are the values that it takes. It set initiative function, which I think we might be able to find in here. My game combat. We can try and find it in here. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to find it. So here's our combat, right? Game. Oh wait, it's game combat, not combats. Game.combat.set initiative. We have combats. Some of this stuff still just escapes me as far as what it's doing. I was hoping we might find that. It might be the combats, but I'm not sure why it then doesn't have to have the rest of that. It's just built-in stuff. But anyway, so game.combat set initiative is a method that's off of the combat, and it has two properties it takes. It takes the player's ID, and then it takes whatever the actual setting is going to be, the die roll itself. In this case, we're going to pass it a float, so it will have the decimal and the following part, and it will go ahead and do that. Then here is our part in chat that comes out. Now, is this the one where I had the advanced? No. So this is just from the die roll. I'm going to go ahead and clear that and see if I'm missing a little bit more. So chat message create. So here you can see this is just HTML. So basically we're getting a blank chat card that pops up here, and then we're going to have it be, use the p tag, and then we're going to have the myroles formula. So it will have the formula at the top. I'm actually kind of confused. It seems like it should actually be printing that. Chat message create, so it's doing that. We should still have Acra selected, but it's not. It was doing it earlier, and I'm not sure why it's not now. But that's okay. So we'll just continue what it's doing. So basically at the top of the chat card, it had the myroles formula. So it would actually have the formula 2D 20 KH, and then our +1 plus our .13, right? And then I had it also output the two actual rolls, and then it would show the actual initiative we're getting. So then it would say, okay, this is the higher of the two, so it's going to keep the results one, and then this is it when we actually total it all up. So what this down here is doing is this is actually creating a chat message card. So as you can see, it says chat message .create, because it's going to create it, and then we're passing it this little object right here. So as you can see, it has a speaker is the first part, and here we're passing it. It expects a property called alias. So, and we're passing it my token name, which is going to be the name of our token. And then it has a second property here called content, and we're passing it the chat content that we actually just created up here. And then it should create it and put it there. I'm going to go look really quick. I'm going to pull up my notes and see if I'm missing. Is it this one? Token canvas. So there's chat content. We have all that. Speaker alias, chat content. Why is it not outputting that then? It was earlier, so I'm really confused as to why it's not, because this is being ran. It's not a function that's being called. This is chat message. Did we do chat message somewhere else? Let's go double check. Oh, up here we did. Roll to message. Oh, that might be the part I'm missing. All right, so let me look at my code real quick and see where I'm missing stuff. So we have our let player combats right there. We have our if die right there. We have all that right there. No, it's right here. My roles. Oh, is it my roles? Maybe that's it. Let my roles. So that's correct. To message. The speaker is going to be chat message get speaker, right? Token, my token dot actor, my token dot actor, and then everything closes. So that's correct. And it's definitely not the my roles and roles thing. My token is the one we set up here. Yep, my token dot actor, which should be our token. I swear, every time I start recording, things that I tested just before I recorded that worked no longer work. And then we have those. We have our if then to keep the high one. So if 1 is greater than 2, then we keep 1. If 2 is greater, we do that. Then down here we have let player my combatants find and name my token name. That's all correct. Player ID, yes. Game combat set initiative player ID and my die, which would be that. Then I have on mine, I have console log player. So just so I could see that. Then I have my chat content, which looks exactly like that. And then chat message, create speaker, alias, my token name, content, chat content. Yeah, I don't know why it's not outputting it, because it was just before I started recording. It was actually giving me 2 cards, and I'm not sure. I mean, the second card, really, I would never want this. The reason I actually had that is because I wasn't able to get this one to work. So I actually had that, and then I researched more and actually got this type of chat card that shows you the same information, and it finally worked. So really, this isn't a part that I would keep enabled on this. I just kind of wanted to show you how you actually create a chat card like these and actually add information to it. And you can always go look on the Foundry API documentation and get a lot of this information. Some of the stuff, I do have to admit, is a little over my head as far as where is this, you know, like I find the method that I want, but I'm not 100% sure how to utilize it. However, that's where the Foundry community comes in very, very handful and useful for that, is because they are awesome. You can always go on the Foundry Discord and just say, hey, I'm trying to do this and I'm not sure why it's not working. And usually someone will chime in and say, oh yeah, you need to do this. So that's definitely a good thing. So I'm going to leave this chunk commented out, because really that was when I couldn't get the rest of it to work. And then I don't think, do I need this one commented out? Yeah, because I need this one. I need this one because I need it to go to the message. Because this is actually getting info from the thing itself, not this chat message down here. That's chat message create. This is to message. I think if I got rid of that one, I wouldn't have this either. And I do want that one. Technically, I guess I don't even need any of this other stuff either, because we don't actually need to find our token. I think that is all you actually need for this to work properly. So we should still have Acra, and there you go. So yeah, you see it's still working. So technically everything down here was to generate our chat card here, which currently is not working. But hopefully I covered everything that we wanted with at least the basics of this. And as you can see, it's really not that many lines of code to actually do it. And this might not even be the best way or most efficiently written code to do it. And I do invite anyone that might know better ways or have tips and tricks that they want to share, go ahead and do that. I would love to know and be able to better myself as well. So I think we're going to end it here. This ended up being 21 minutes, but I think it was pretty good because we kind of explained the rest of the stuff and what it does and what the errors were. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Click the notification bell. Check out my Discords and my other channels. And don't forget to tell people about my channel. Have them check it out. The more the merrier, and maybe they could give input, help us even do better macros and such. And that's it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.